What's going on, guys? ReefKid25 here, just doing my week 2 part 2 update. So I got my cleanup crew last night. I was going to do an unboxing, but unfortunately I didn't get here till about 7 o'clock at night, and it's been hanging around in the low 30s, so I didn't want to risk any downtime with leaving the snails out of the water any longer than they should be. So I went ahead and I got those in here. As you can see, my tank's looking a lot cleaner. The rock's looking cleaner. The sand is looking very clean. These guys have really been knocking it out, so I'll go over real quick the guys that I got in here. So I got 6 margarita snails, I got 28 dwarf cirrus snails, 8 Florida cirrus snails, 10 nerite snails, and 8 random assorted hermit crabs. They most seem to be red-legged. I think I saw 1 or 2 blue-legged in there and maybe a white claw, but they most seem to be red-legged hermit crabs. So anyways, let me kind of show you around here. Let's see. So here's a Nazareth snail. I guess I got 10 of those. I'm not sure if I said that or not. He's going for something. He's definitely climbing. Normally they're in the sand bed burrowing around, but this guy's out and about on the hunt for something. Down here, there's one of the margarita snails right there. Right there, that's a Florida cirrus. Looks like he's getting ready to burrow in the sand there. Most of the dwarf cirrus have burrowed already. But let me see, they're real small. Oh, there's one right there in the middle of the rock, if you can see it right there. That's one of the dwarf cirrus up on that rock there. The nerites I was super happy with because they're actually pretty big. There's 2 of them right there. Larger than usual. Normally they're pretty small. Like if you see this, let me see if I can zoom in on this guy. This guy here, that's like normal size. But then you got these guys here, which are just monsters, which you don't see very often. Normally they hang around a smaller size. Also, I got all these extra empty shells down here. I get those because if you get hermit crabs, they're constantly on the look for new homes once they start to outgrow their shells, and it's best to get empty shells that are larger than the shells they're in, so that way they don't start ripping your snails out of the shells to get a larger home. And as you can see, there's even right there is a brand new pearly white shell, and that's a hermit crab right there. You can't really see him, he's kind of facing away from us, but he already inhabited one of those empty shells, which kind of tells me that if I wouldn't have added those shells, he probably would have been ripping out a snail in the next day or so. Anyways, I didn't get any emerald crabs or peppermint shrimp or anything like that because those are a little bit more ornamental for me. And even though they're great cleaners, I typically tend to wait till I get ready to start putting fish in the tank before I get those guys, because there's just not a lot for them to eat right now. Even though they will eat certain types of algae, most of them eat leftover fish food and stuff like that, and with just the standard cleanup crew, they're not going to put out enough waste or really much for the snails and crabs and, you know, serpent stars, you know, coral banded shrimp, pistol shrimp. There's not enough in here for them to eat yet, and so I never get that initially unless you plan on putting your fish in the tank within, I'd say, a couple of days of getting your cleanup crew. So I like to just get snails and hermits to kind of test the parameters of the aquarium, the nitrifying process. I give it a week or 2 before I start buying any fish or any type of corals, just to make sure that the tank is performing the way it should, all the filtration's working, and, you know, I keep the nitrates in check. And, you know, if anything goes out of whack, you're only going to lose a couple of dollars in snails, versus if you get those ornamental serpent stars, you know, peppermint shrimp, emerald crabs, they're more sensitive to changes, and so instead of losing, you know, $5 in snails, you're going to lose $30 in, you know, more ornamental, you know, crabs and shrimp and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't got any of those, but I will do a video when I get some of those. And my plan is I'm going to get a couple of maybe a cleaner shrimp. I definitely want a coral banded shrimp. If you guys have never had a coral banded shrimp, you're missing out, because those are some of the most fun shrimp to watch. They have such large personalities. So yeah, so there it is, and as you can see, it's very clean, super clean. Sand's real white. The cirrus are in there. They're mixing up the sand because they like to burrow in the sand. They keep your sand aerated, really good for your tank. So yeah, that's just my week 2 part 2 update. I'll probably be doing a video here in the next couple of days too, because I just got these guys in here yesterday. So I'll do a video in the next couple of days to show you how well they clean it from here, because this is just one day and you see the huge difference that it's made. So give it a couple more days and it's going to be looking like a new tank. Alright, I'll see you guys later.